and she was about 2 years old. Now, she was in a high chair, but a really roughly done high chair. They didn't have a lot of money. And she went to reach for a knife on the table. What's going on, everybody? I hope you can hear me. Got a big microphone attached to the camera right now. I am right beside a very Irish 67, Judsonia, Arkansas. Man, I'm telling you, I was in Memphis this morning and decided to make the drive out here, so it's about 2.5 hours for this one location, and it's exactly the same way back where I'm staying in Memphis. And I've heard about this story for so long. I've always wanted to come out here, and now I'm finally here. And coordinates took me over to that side there, and I saw what I'm looking for, and I was like, how am I going to get here? How am I going to walk over here? But then I just figured out myself and said, well, I found the rental right there. Here's where we're going. Yeah, we're on Highway Church Road, and this is 67 right here. Kind of just north of Little Rock. Like I said, 2 hours west of Memphis. And this is a grave on the side of the road. And this is, from what I've gathered in the past few hours today, what I've gathered is this is actually a pretty big story on social media and things like that. Well, things like that. TikTok, what have you. The mystery of the unknown baby girl. Now, it's actually open, but let's take a look here at all the things left for this little girl. And wow, I have brought something special. So there's some lights, a lot of toys and lambs. It's a bizarre story. Why there's one grave on the side of, as you can see, such a busy road. Story goes back to the late 19th century, around 1890 or 1891. And I'm realizing now, as I'm watching back what I'm filming, that it is so loud. I even have to do a voiceover for this, but I don't like doing that. I like telling a story where I am. Turn up your speakers, maybe. It's so loud. There's a lot of semis. And there's a lorry truck that I go by where the tires are actually falling off. Like, usually you see them on the interstates with the tires, but I was actually behind a lot of trucks today where the tires were falling off. It was a real Final Destination type of thing. Flying everywhere, especially through West Memphis, Arkansas. It took a lot to get here. I'm glad I'm here. Okay. So a lot of people drive by. I'm sure a lot of people have noticed this, but they have no clue what it is unless they stop. And you could stop right there. Looks like people do. But I was coming from that direction. So the story goes, folklore said that she was an Indian princess, but that was through records and archaeology, they figured out that's not the case. But there are tenant farmers around here. And apparently she was a daughter, oh, this is nice, finally, of tenant farmers. And she was about 2 years old. Now, she was in a high chair, but a really roughly done high chair. They didn't have a lot of money. And she went to reach for a knife on the table, and the chair tipped over, and the knife plunged into her chest as she fell to the floor. This isn't 100%, but that's the story that goes there. Apparently, the family couldn't pay for a plot in a cemetery, which was somewhere around here, but was new at the time. I think it was only about 16 years old, the cemetery. So somebody who owned this property back then lent their land so she'd be buried at the edge. Right at the edge of the property. And here she is. So it was around 1965 when the Arkansas Department of Transportation said they have to bills. Police just drove by, they didn't stop. Okay, I'm okay. They didn't pave over this. They kept it intact. And now it's part tourist attraction, part place for remembrance and a pilgrimage. So I have something, and I just realized what I have fell out of my pocket right over here. You can hear the grass. You can hear how hot it is. I'm sorry. I saw this. There's not a lot of places to do shopping around here, but I saw this, and it's called a cocoa cone. And I thought it was kind of cute. Usually I do bring a rock as a remembrance, and I'm going to be doing that as well, but I want to bring this cocoa cone. There it is. All right, let's go in. Take a close. It's the first car I've seen go by in 20 minutes on this side. Uh-oh. Oh no. How do you get in? Oh, you can't. Hold on. What? Can I? I don't know if I can get in. Oh, it's blocked here. Okay, hold on. Wow. I'm going to put my cocoa cone here beside the truck. Actually, I'm going to figure out a way to keep this cocoa cone so it's not going to blow away. So here for a moment. It reads, "The unknown baby girl. In death, she belongs to all of us." Wow. So you've got a cross, some rabbits, some bears. And is this a good place? No. Well, actually, I don't think it's going to fall out. No, I don't like that. Give me 1 second. I hope that's okay. I've stuck in the top of the American flag, so, well, I don't want to disrespect the flag at all. Let's get it out there. I think that's kind of interesting and kind of cool. I don't think it's going anywhere, even with a lot of wind. So Old Glory's helping me out here. Let's get it so it doesn't fall. It's like a piñata, this thing. No, it's stuffed with something. Wow. So yeah, nobody really knows the story. I found when I read more and more, when I read about the reaching for the knife from a high chair and plunging into her chest, I thought that sounds more like a legend or something made up, kind of to scare people, or I don't know, like make it more freaky. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just a sad illness, some tragic death like that. Nothing so sensational as a knife plunging into her chest, but you never know. What we do know is she does lay here, and she's going to be here for a long time. Lots of flowers and lights, lots of things, and wow. Let's fix this up a little bit. The unknown baby girl. Let's get them all together here. Ooh, lots of webs. I hope these still work. I don't know if they do. If so, you'll be able to see this at night when you're driving by pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Saw another light somewhere over here, I thought. 11 or 12 lights. What's this? I don't know. I guess that the headstone, not like the plaque, not the headstone might have been here for a long time, but the plaque is relatively newer. Just it may have just been a headstone, or maybe it's been a plot that they knew of that was here. Maybe it's surrounded by other rocks. These can't be the original rocks. But it's very sweet. Let's let people come by here and take care. Apparently her last name was Cousins. That's all I've been able to gather. And, yeah. 2 years old. This is here for a long time. Apparently her last name was Cousins. That's what I've been able to gather. Very sad, but also heartwarming to see that people come out here and that people, the state and the Department of Transportation have left the grave here and not paved over it or taken it away, or if it's distraction, that sort of thing, and they left it here. It's a good thing. Well, rest in peace, unknown baby girl. And thanks for watching, everybody. Love you all. Peace out.